Bang. I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I got a pin all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
And I'm leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong, and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed.
Thank you very much for being here to blow your brains out once again every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. My name is Rick E. Warden. With me tonight, our other host, Ariel of Against All Odds. Woo! David motherfucking Jarvis.
Ow.
And we're going to be talking to Scriptorium magazine tonight. Thank you, everybody in the chats. It's good to have y'all with us. Y'all are just as much a part of this show as we are. So let's hear from you loud and proud in the chats tonight. Introducing David motherfucking Jarvis and Scriptorium magazine.
Thank you very much, everybody. Welcome. Tonight is game one of the Western Conference Finals for the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I know I'm very excited. I know Ricky and Ariel, y'all are Stars fans. That will be tomorrow night. And basically, from what I understand, it's going to be a Stars game or a Mavericks game every night for the foreseeable future, which, as a sports fan, I love that shit. How are y'all doing this evening?
Did you hear that, Ariel? Dave just fucking banished us right off of the Mavericks bandwagon. It's like, oh, they're only for the Stars.
I actually have
No. Everybody's got their preference. You know, some people are lifelong Rangers fans, and God bless them. But I'm a Mavericks fan from the early '90s. Like, I was a fan of the Mavericks back when they were like 13 and like 79. You know, when they were like literally considered the worst team of all time, not just of basketball, but of sports. And to see them rise from those humble origins to where they are now with Luka and Kyrie, and things are going really spectacularly, I must say.
Well, scooch on over and we'll both make room for each other, or we'll all make room for each other on that Dallas Mavericks bandwagon ride to hopefully the championships.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, dude, if we could get Mavericks, Rangers, and Stars all in the same, concurrent season, that would be so awesome. And we can rub it in those Cowboys' stupid fucking faces.
Well, it's looking pretty, possible. The Stars beat the two best teams, theoretically, on record, two best teams in the, in the leagues to get to where they're at. So, I mean, it looks possible for the Stars. And so same thing with the Mavericks. We'll have to see how they handle up business on the Timberwolves, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm very stoked about that.
Both
I'm also
teams
stoked.
are fucking with Minnesota.
No, I think Stars are playing Avalanche, right?
We already played Avalanche, so we are now going to be playing. Hold, please.
I guess it's the Oilers. Yeah, that's where I got thrown off.
It should be the Edmonton
Oilers. One of them Canadian teams.
Yeah, it's the Oilers.
Okay. Well, cool.
I just had to
it'll be a fun series and a lot of heartbreak and a lot of triumph, which is what we are all about here at Blow Your Brains Out.
We are the only ones that have a decent standing like ours. So.
Yeah. But just a forewarning, we are not a sports show. We are a music show. And with that, I must introduce our guest, Scriptorium Magazine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm a fan of sports.
Everybody,
in this case, basketball. I'm more into baseball.
Yeah, go Rangers.
Hey, that's cool. Go Astros.
Yeah, right now I'm in Houston, so I'm following the Astros.
Oh, fuck both of y'all.
Aw. Hey, man, nothing but love. And
hey, I moved right on over and made room for all of y'all on this Texas Rangers World Championship bandwagon, but y'all go right ahead and take it to the Stros.
Oh, dude, we're going to take it to the Stars and wherever. whoever the fuck.
I'm just
But
playing.
in the meantime, we're talking about the here and now. And here and now, what we're talking about is Scriptorium magazine, which just released its 30th issue. Came out 2 weeks ago. So tell us all about your extreme magazine, sir.
Well, I mean, we are originally from Cuba. I apologize for my English. I mean, English is not my first language. So we started in Cuba. I think it was 1999, and the magazine was written in Spanish at that time. We did like almost, or we printed like almost, I mean, 23 issues in Cuba. In Spanish, it was all black and white. It was under a communist regime, so everything we didn't have like how do you say, like the right to publish. So it was never kind of I don't know, you can say a legal magazine. So it was we printed. We went to the printing companies, and talked to the guys there and printed on the side. It was never like an official magazine. I mean, it was not recognized by the institutions there. I mean, at least officially. And
underground music magazine.
It was really underground. It was really underground, not only because of the music, but the way we used to publish it. And imagine that back in the 90s, no internet in Cuba, and then it was like really hard to get the information and to be informed. We managed to back channel everything, like go around the bushes, we had a lot of friends supporting us back in our country. One friend, a friend was like, let's say, like lending us the camera. The other one was helping out with the connection with the Gmail, internet. It was really an effort of many back in our country. Everyone had like a part in it. And but we were like we worked in our 20s, and for us it was like really fun doing that, going against the system and against the government sometimes. And for us it was really fun. I mean, like doing that, those times were really fun.
Yeah. Rebellion.
That's wonderful, man. We love to hear it, and thank you very much. I know you're busy. I know you've got jobs. We all got jobs. So thank you for taking time out to do this interview with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. So you still do physical media? You actually print out a physical magazine. What's the process like? Where do you start, and what's the whole process of making one issue?
I mean, we don't deny technology. I mean, we are in a very digital world, and we have a website. No, we also publish for the website, and one time we still have our YouTube channel, and we still post things and interviews from time to time. But like, we grew up like doing this printed magazine, so it's what we like. I mean, I think it has a special magic, and that's why we're still printing it. Despite how technological the world is now. But I mean, the same that we were doing back in our country. So we're doing like 40 pages, and we're trying to get as many bands, as many interviews, live shows. Now we don't do that many album reviews. In this number, these last issues, we have some pages for CD, album reviews. But because of time, most of the time, because I don't have time like to write, like deep, like really deep music reviews, but we still have some pages, like, because we want to highlight some releases. In 2024, But basically, we get in the past we used to have like a sheet of paper, and we start like writing the names of the bands that we wanted for that issue, and then we always have people outside, PR agents that they were in contact with bands, even in Cuba, like interviewing, for example, interviewing, I don't know, I remember After Forever from Holland, or Suffocation from here, from the States. It was like a big success because back at that time, as I was telling you, there was no internet, and then but we managed to go behind the system and get in contact with those bands, and they were like sending the interviews through the email, and then but pretty much we are following the same that we were doing back in 1999. I mean, now I open a Word document, and then I start writing the bands that I want. And here is easier because you are in contact with so many bands and so many, let's say, like people who work for the labels, and it's easier. It's easier to make. I mean, those 40 pages, like have those bands in the 40 pages. I fill it up, But
where are you at now? Are you here in the United States now, or are you still in Cuba?
No. I left. I escaped Cuba like 11 years ago.
Got it. Okay.
Then,
double checking.
My father lived here in Houston, and then we relocated here in Houston. We came in 2013. Actually, we came with some Cuban bands because we were like kind of you can say like tour managers in Cuba. We were having we were managing bands like to play in Cuba on tours, and then we were helping doing a festival. Like it was a black metal festival in Havana. It was called 666 Fest.
Yeah.
And there was an American reporter that he traveled to Havana. I think it was in 2012, and he entered the venue, and then he started like recording and interviewing the bands. And I think he was doing a report for for Spin magazine at that time, and then he got that report a review published, and then it got the attention from the Side by Southwest Festival here in Austin, and they decided to invite my brother and I for the magazine and one band from Cuba, for the band to play in the fest, and for us to talk in they have the I don't know how to call it, theoretical events, like where people and journalists go and they talk, they lecture, they go and talk. And we were supposed to talk about the Cuban scene and the bands, and then we managed to talk to this journalist, and then we suggested the idea of bringing more bands because we were working. Sorry about my German Shepherd.
Aww.
It's
if
okay.
someone knocks the door, he's gonna go there and buy their ass.
Well, it's just a good enough time for me to interrupt you for just a minute to bring up the chats. You got Arkansas coming in hot with smoochies for the coochie, and I couldn't move on without
Arkansas.
recognizing.
Absolutely.
Badass
and
one,
thank you,
keeping it
Badass
going.
One. Absolutely. Yeah, I must say, all of our fans, we can't do this without you. So please continue to like, share, subscribe, and be sure to send $5 here, $10 there. Keep us going. We are we're doing this all on our own. So any help that y'all can send us, we really appreciate it, because we are trying to celebrate the beauty that is metal up here in North Texas, just as Scriptorium is doing down in South Texas and in Cuba. We're all one big metal family. We're all one big musical family, really. So let's all try to help each other, man.
Yeah.
It's the same everywhere. We are the same everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's just the love of music before anything else.
I hope all is well. I've heard rough things happen to Houston within the last couple weeks, so I hope you and your family are well.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, I live in Katy, and it was I had never seen like that anything like that before, and I've been living here for 11 years. And in my area, it was hard. It was strong, but let's say 5 miles up in the north, it was the worst. I mean, like you have seen. I don't know if you have seen the images of the power towers on the floor, and then on the ground, and then it was really like never before. It was really ugly. It was ugly. It was out of a sudden. I mean, people say there was a kind of a tornado. I mean, not in my area. In my area, it looked like a heavy storm, like very windy, like really dark, and it went dark like in 1 second. Like I guess some people have told me that that's very similar when a tornado comes. Like everything gets dark like in a minute, and then. But in my area, it was more like a storm. It was not a tornado. But more in the Cypress area, I think on that area there was a tornado, and also downtown. Downtown was really bad. I mean, the storm there hit it like really hard. But hopefully, I mean, most of the people I know are okay. My family who live here are okay. And people are still. I don't know if they're still without power, but they've been recovering like 1 day at a time, and they're coming. They have. I've seen the news that there are some like electricity companies from other states like coming to Houston to help, and we really appreciate that. It's really that help is really appreciated.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad your family is doing well.
Thank you.
I'm glad that your magazine is doing well. I must say the issues just jump out. You've suggested quite a few amazing bands. For example, Cosmic Jaguar. Never heard of them, but you turned me on to them. I thoroughly enjoy this. It's like it's techno, but it's metal. I love blending of genres that I didn't realize could be blended. Did Cosmic Jaguar or Suffocation, did they hit you up, or do you hit them up?
I mean, some bands we hit them up, and some others that they hit us up. In Suffocation, we have a friend in common, and we get in contact with. I mean, the interview with Suffocation on that magazine is not ours. It's a friend of ours who she collaborates with us. Her name is Ana Laura. She's a promoter from the Dallas area, more the Fort Worth area, and in Abilene. And she was the one responsible for that interview. And for instance, this Cosmic Jaguar, so they hit us up. They send us the music that we will listen to them, and it was great. I mean, as you said, it's a great combination of metal and Mexican folklore, and it's pretty crazy. At the same time, it's very solid, and we have this section in the website where we nominate a band the whole week, and then because we're trying to highlight the good stuff that it's out there, at least according to what I listen to it, and I listen to their stuff. They're from Ukraine. You believe it or not, they're from Ukraine, and they have these Mexican influences. They like to call themselves like Aztec core, something like that. And we put them in. We nominated them on the website. We sent them a questionnaire so to have more information about the band. They replied really soon, and there they are. But it's really interesting. The music is really interesting. So I hope everyone can dig into their music. There's the link to their video. They are planning to release an album this year. I think they're in the process of recording it, but they're really, I mean, it's very interesting what they do.
Yeah, there have actually been quite a few pretty interesting, cool bands coming out of Ukraine. One that I can remember is Ice Peak. It's a man and woman duo, and they make like the most horrifying like trap music. And it's metal, but it's rap, but it's also like weird like puppetry type music. So yeah, a lot of interesting things coming out of Ukraine and out of Eastern Europe. You know, a lot of overlooked scenes. You know, when people talk about metal, they want to talk about like Florida, or they want to talk about, you know, Texas, or they want to talk about like South America. But there's all these other pockets, of New York. But people always like overlook these small little pockets, you know, all over the globe that have their own distinct style, just like they have their own distinct dialect. And that's the beauty of music and metal and the world. We're all speaking the same language.
Yeah, so I mean, at least in the SCRIPTORIUM, we've been doing like that since the beginning. So even though we have this non-bands, like for the main interviews, we have tried to look for, you know, in the, you can say in the underworld and the underground, so bands that are not known, that you can put them in this platform, and everyone can read or listen to it like for the first time. One of my when we did I think issue number 24, the first one we did in English here in the United States. I think it was 2020, and I got one comment from a guy. I mean, he was living here, and he said, "I don't know the 80% of the bands. I don't know them, so I need to go and dig into them, because these bands are really unknown for me." And it's a printed magazine, and you see that nowadays everything is digital, and there's a lot of information out there. And when he told me that, it made more sense. I mean, like to print the magazine. I know it's rare to see like a printed magazine nowadays. I remember there was a guy in Fort Worth. We were there for a show, and the guy told me, "Is this like it was a question like, is this a real like if it was something that is not done anymore, you know, like something from the past, ancient, I don't know." It was like the guy was in a magazine, and he was like, you know, browsing it. It was, "Is this a real magazine? You guys print this?" Like he was really impressed. I mean, that he was browsing a real magazine, and we do it because I think I mean, since I have memory, I mean, like I started listening to music, so I was like, and I saw people reading, you know, like a magazine, and at least in my country, it was really hard to get. It was really hard to have I don't know, a magazine or a metal magazine from outside. You know, it was I was living in a communist country, and nowadays they don't have like record stores, none like that. You know, anything that is coming from outside. I mean, some stuff that's coming from outside, it's banned, or it does. You don't have like it's something out of the I don't know. You cannot imagine that there's no a record store, you know, like for this type of music, and the bands have to manage their own music, you know, go to private. Nowadays they can record in a computer, and then, but they don't have like a company to print the records, you know. They have to do it by themselves.
Well, yes, for sure. You are like breaking all of the rules, you know, by printing a magazine. We thank you for it and the enjoyment that you have, you know, supporting these bands. And I also need to thank Arkansas real quick here in the chats for.
Thank you, Super Chat. Thank you for that, Super Chat.
Thank you, Arky.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Arky. Thank you just for being here, but to throw out that dough like that, thank you very much. Man, we've got to get a subscription to your magazine and show some support. I hope that that there's still a market for a printed magazine like that. I'm sure it's not the only one, but there's not going to be many out there these days.
I mean, sometimes I dream of people like going back to the past. Like internet is gone and people are going back to reading like actual magazine or books. Like I don't know. I'm more of the past guy. I mean, like I don't live in the past like the whole time, but a lot of things from the past I still really enjoy it.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. There's a band called The Argonaut, and they have a record out, and it's a story. It's it's all a storyline, a concept record. And, they have a insert in their CD that you can read along with as you listen to the music. And it's the full old school, Odyssey experience with music. So hopefully there's, again, a market for things like that, being able to hold something in your hand and read it. It's a whole different experience than being online.
I mean, I don't deny.
Also, with the recent. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that I don't want to sound hypocrite. Like I don't deny the online option nowadays. We do have a website. We publish in the website, but I still I get most of the joy like browsing magazines. Like CDs, put them on my CD player, vinyls. I still enjoy that like very much.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. But it's, as we've discussed, it's a whole different world today. And, I'm obviously fine with embracing some of this technology. Like this StreamYard interview right now is fucking amazing. The first time I saw this StreamYard, in play, I immediately went, oh, new technology. I know how to do. Yeah, I know what to do with that. And here we are. I printed some magazines.
As technology fails us, we are actually resorting back to physical media. So as Spotify and YouTube and Kindle become less reliable, you find yourself going back to the old CDs, to the old vinyl, to the old tapes, to the old VHS. Dude, VHS is actually making a comeback. People are actually selling VHS at a premium price. So, you know what? I think it's not going to be too far of a stretch to think that magazines will also become back into vogue. So you're on the ground floor with that, sir.
Yeah. I still listen to CDs in my car. I listen to them every day. I have a lineup.
Oh, absolutely. I listen
to
CDs as well. I still have, I've got a record player. I've got a bunch of vinyl. I still have a subscription to New Yorker magazine. So I'm a sucker for the printed word. And that's a huge reason why I had you on, because not only do I love the printed word, but I love journalists. And that's what you are. We can pigeonhole it into music this or, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're a journalist. And we love journalists. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do is what I'm trying to say. So what is it that you love most about Scriptorium magazine, about the whole process?
I mean, I like the whole process, but the end, the result is what I like most. I mean, when I go to a printing company and then I get the magazine in my hands, that smell of ink and paper, it's and then it's really rewarding. I mean, it brings me back to when I was in Cuba, and that was like in Cuba we managed to go to like real printed houses, like all printed houses, and even there, it was black and white and printed, the printing quality was was nothing to do with what we have now, but that smell, I mean, it's really addictive. I mean, and that's what I enjoy the most. I mean, when I have the result in my hands, and then I can go and browse it, and page by page, and and also I try to dig and try to search for really unknown bands, like from countries that are there still are a mystery, what if they have a metal scene there, like you were saying, this band Cosmic Jaguar is really interesting, and it's really unknown, and we really love that. I mean, like what that guy told me that like a few years ago, that almost 80% of the magazine was new to him, and I was like, that was really rewarding. I mean, because that's the main purpose, I'll enjoy what you do, but at the same time bring it out, that kind of service, an interaction between music and fans, like in this case the bands and the readers. We're just the middleman, and but I enjoy most of the process, because we still do the same that we used to do in Cuba. At the beginning, it was a sheet of paper, and we start writing the names, and now it's a Word document, and we follow the same way we've been doing it since 1999. And when I see the people like in a corner, like reading the magazine, that's so rewarding. I mean, it's a very hard process, especially the when you have to do the layout, and you need to review like 2 or 3 times. I read it all like 3 or 4 times, before going to print, and it's really stressing the last week, because you are like, oh, there's a mistake, there's a typo here, there's a and it's really stressing. But and nowadays it's less people. I mean, in Cuba we used to have like more people helping us, and now here is less, but because most of them are in Cuba now. But still, it's really rewarding. I really enjoy it, like supporting underground bands, like bands that are really unknown. As I was telling you, like from countries you have no idea there are bands there, and like Singapore, I don't know, Indonesia, like bands from those countries. That they haven't a scene there, and they are big in their countries, but most of the time they are not popular, or they are not known here on this side of the world. It's like in Cuba. Sometimes, I mean, we always try to put like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 bands from Cuba, so people can know that there's a metal scene, a rock and metal scene in Cuba, and that's something like very unknown for most of the metal heads around the world. Like the death metal bands, black metal bands, like folk metal bands, like like blues and heavy and hard rock, you name it. So I think for every genre there's a band in Cuba like playing music, and the venues get packed, and there are festivals in most of the provinces. But that's something that is not known, like when, for instance, when Sepultura went there, they played for so many people that didn't have a clue there were that many people. Like to that show, there were a lot of people coming from a lot of provinces. All Cuba went to Havana that night. I mean, all metalheads, and they were really impressed about how many people they had in front of them, because they didn't have a clue that there were like a metal scene there, It's really.
I'm sorry for being a little quiet. I was in the middle of ordering a T-shirt bundle with issue 28 right quick. So
there we go. You place an order.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you.
Absolutely. I like to multitask. So yes.
That's why we're
y'all
so
got. If y'all got PayPal, y'all can order straight from the website. That is scriptoriummagazine.com. So I can't wait for that, man. I love new shirts, man. And I love reading new stuff. So I'm very, very excited about this. So what are some of the drawbacks? Like, is there anything about the process of making this magazine that you're not a big fan of, or are you downright are angry about?
No, like I mean, I enjoy it most of the times. It's hard. Like I was telling you, the last part, before the days before going to print, I hate that one. It's because um, you have to review like all pages like 3 or 4 times before going to print, and it's nowadays I don't have that much time, like to do that. Like in the past, I would go from school, and then I would sit in my bed, and then I try to like review all the tests and go. And it was my language. I mean, at first it was my native language. Now I have to do it. I have a friend that he's the copy editor. He's a Native American, and he helps us a lot with that. So the quality that you see in the test, it's not coming straight from me. So it's coming straight from his revision. He's the reviewing and copywriting and proofreading all the questions, the answers, everything I write, and that's a big help for us. Because we are not native. I mean, English is a second language, but even in Spanish, that part was really hard. I mean, like it was really hard. I don't hate it, but
right, I understand. Yeah, it can be troublesome. I take it you're not a big staff.
Mhm.
Like there's not many people are working for Scriptorium. It's probably like what, 5, maybe less than 5 people working for you.
I would say, I would say like in the past it used to be my brother and I, like the main editors. So we're handling just the interviews, the reviews, everything. It was between him and me. But now he has 2 children to raise, and then he stepped out a little bit because he doesn't have time for the magazine. He needs to bring more attention to the family. And now it's me. I mean, my daughter is 11, so she's bigger now, and then I still can find more time. I only have 1. My brother has 2, and then so it's more challenging from him, like to find out time. And then but it's still me doing now. It's me doing the whole magazine. Like the whole information, reviews, interviews, and some. This collaborator, Anna Laura, from Eminent Proclivity Promotions, she's also writing for the website and for the magazines. She's also a big help for us, like when putting the bands. Most of this interview with Suffocation and with many texts and bands, so we got them from her, and she's really a good help in that regard. But I have my test. She's my wife, and she's doing the layout, the inside. And I have a friend that he always does the covers of a magazine, and
Cool.
And then I have Evan Johnson, who's the copy editor, and that's pretty much it. Like that.
Jeez. What's your deadlines
cool.
like? Do you ever like set like a specific deadline? And
Yeah,
it's a lot of work. It sounds like.
Yeah, we try to print it like every 4 months, and we have because we have advertisement in the magazine. That was something we didn't have in the past, and there's a deadline for that. So you give them like a specific time. So the ad's gonna run for 4 months. And the printed magazine is gonna be between these dates. I mean, we don't give like a specific date because you may send the magazine to print one day and it could be ready in 3 days, or it could be ready in 2 weeks. So it depends on the printing process. Is always complicated, depending on the guys who are going to work on the printing company. You know, if anything goes wrong, so it needs to be reviewed and then approved. So it's but yeah, we do have a deadline for the. Now we have it. I mean, I'm not saying that in the past we didn't have a deadline to publish an issue. Now we have it because we have advertisement, and then it's kind of a contract. So what we do is say, hey, it's gonna be printed in March, the first or the second week. So it's kind of that's gonna be the deadline, and everything needs to be ready before that time. You know, especially now. I mean, in the past we didn't do it that much because it was like. It was just like back in our country, we were trying to keep up with these 3 or 4 issues a year. I think there were like 2 years in a row that we could do it, like print 4 issues in a year, like every 3 months. But because Cuba, you know, the economy is still really horrendous. There were no guarantees of like. That you can find a print. You can have like a printed company for 1 or 2 or 3 issues, and then after that you need to go and look for, because the guy, you know, everything belonged to the government and everything was like back channel. You go to the back of the office, hey, can you print this? How much? This and that, and then if something goes wrong, it's something. I mean, you guys don't understand because everything. Instead of let me see if I can put it in, like, instead of having a private company, like a private printing company, like some guy who opened that business here. So in Cuba, the printing company belongs to the government.
Okay.
You know? So the employees there, they work for the government. And if you don't have like a work order, like, you know, like a very official work order that something's gonna get printed there, so they don't do it, because everything in Cuba, everything that goes printed in Cuba, I think still nowadays is very regulated. You know, it's very they need to review it and censored. You know, like I think you can use that word. And we were not an official magazine. You know, like we didn't have like a permission to print, like an official permission to print, and then we had to go and talk to the guys, you know, like back channel. I go, hey, can you print this? How much? You know, like pay. I mean, Cuba everything is cash, but you know, pay on the back. You know, like nothing on a check or on a work order. It's not like that. Like an invoice. No, it's nothing like that. It was, and sometimes you get lucky and you can print like many issues, like maybe 2, 3, 4, or 5 issues with that printed company, you know. And then after 1 or 2 years, the guy would tell you, hey, we cannot do it anymore, you know, because I don't know, the government is putting pressure, and then no paper or this or that, you know. And then you have to go and find another company or another printed house, you know.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's really. I remember like when we came 11 years ago, and I was talking to my dad's wife. She's a Native American. I was telling the stories about how Cuba was functioning at that time. I'm still functioning like this nowadays, and it was really surreal. I mean, it was like stories from another world, you know, like the way things work in that island, you know. It's and everything because of the system. I mean, they want to have tight control of everything. There's only there's no like in TV you have like multiple channels and companies. There's only one. Everything belongs to the government. The same with the magazines, with the radio stations, with the TV stations. You know, everything belongs to the government. And there's a guy there in every one of those stations who says, you can publish this, you can say this, you cannot do that, you cannot publish this. So it still nowadays functions like that, you know. It's terrible. I mean, it's terrible.
That is terrible, bro.
We
No
just live
wonder
in such a
people go
bubble
crazy.
here. Yeah.
It's I mean, I hope someday it changes. I mean, Pkwy can. There's a lot of people there with a lot of talent. I mean, not only in music, but in art, and and they are trapped. That's jail. I mean, it's surrounded by water, and it's like really hard to escape, and to do something that it goes against the norms, and it's really hard. And then we're crossing that line sometimes, and then with what we said, because we were not sometimes we were in a position we were in a position with the government all the time, but even with the musical institutions, the way they were handling the bands or the events or the music in general, it was very fascist, and then we were against that, and we were writing against that. And lucky for us, we never went to jail, but and in a way they allowed us. I think they allowed us to do what we were doing, because we never had an issue. And I need to be honest. I mean, we were against the government. We were very outspoken, but we were never went to jail or anything like that. So I cannot tell you that. And we were pretty much in every festival. We were covering the event and then publishing the next issue, and everything was running fine. I mean, also we were not publishing like that many copies, maybe 400 or 1,000, but that was not that many copies, And but it's really,
keep it low scale.
Hmm?
Yeah, keep it low scale, low overhead. Don't draw too much attention.
Yeah, I mean, because they were not we were not printing massively, 10,000 copies, or it's not like that. And then we were, if we got lucky and got 500 out, so that was a good printout. We were lucky. I think a couple of issues that we printed 1,000, but that was 1 or 2 issues, if I remember correctly. So most of the times were 300, 500, copies. And
very cool. I hope your subscription expands throughout at least North America. Also, I hope that whoever is tapping on the keyboard can hit the mute button while they're doing it, because that is very distracting to this very important man that I'm actually inquiring as to his process. It's okay. I still love you, but I want to hear what this man has to say.
He was doing it for the Mavericks.
I would also like to know, how does your daughter feel about metal? Is she as big a fan as you are?
I mean, that has been a process, and I've never have the intention of forcing her to listen to the type of music that I listen to. I think at the beginning she was doing a lot of pop songs, and artists and bands, and I was okay with that. I mean, I was it's her own choice. I was not influencing her likes, in music. But the other day, she came to me and said, "Dad, do you like Master of Puppets?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Are you listening to Master of Puppets?" "Yes, Dad, I found that song." She has an account on Spotify, and then I was listening to that. I don't remember if it was YouTube or Spotify, and she brought that to me, and I was like, "Are you sure you like Master of Puppets?" I said, "Yes, Dad, I like it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I was not I want her to discover that music by herself. I know she likes some In Flames. The new records.
Oh, nice, very good. Yeah, good choice.
That was one other night. It was she was like, "Dad, listen to this," and I was like, it was very melodic. And then when the guy started screaming, and I was like, "Are you listening to In Flames by any chance?" And she told, "Yes, that's In Flames. How do you know?" Well, I was not quite sure that I was In Flames, because I haven't listened to the new albums like very much, but then I think I made a mistake. I told her, but I need to go to the Jester race on the Oracle and the Colony and then I started like showing her those albums, and then I was trying to force her to listen to the old records, and she was not like. That's why I wanted to give her space and discover the bands and the music she likes. But I think she's gonna be a metal. I think I really think that she's gonna be a metalhead. She's still not into like growling, like kind of chorus or brutal death stuff like that, but because she's more like melodic type of voices. She likes sewing very much. Actually, we're gonna go to Dallas to that show, a sewing show on Friday. We're gonna go there because she likes sewing very much, and they're not playing here in Houston. They're playing in Austin, I think, next week on Tuesday, and they're playing in Dallas on Sunday. And I'm gonna take her there because she likes that band very much. They're from Sweden. They play kind of alternative. I wouldn't say metal, but there's some metal hints here and there. And she likes them very much.
What's the name of the band again? I'm sorry.
I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It's SOEN, Soen. They're from Sweden. They're touring right now the States. I think they're touring with another band from Sweden, Calatonia, I think, and also with Probe. I was listening to her music like
Granada Theater, Sunday, May 25th.
It's Ariana, how do you call it? La Guardia or Ariana Theater, something like that.
Give me a second, I'll pull it up.
It's gonna be on.
Well, just a quick aside. What attracted me to Scriptorium in the first place is that y'all gave a shout out to my friends in Swarm. Swarm is a great band from up here, and I've known Jermaine for like 25 years. So the fact that he's getting mentioned in a crazy magazine I've never heard of from outside of DFW, but it definitely drew my attention. So that's really cool that he gave a shout out to my boys in Swarm.
I had the opportunity of seeing them Swarm live, like maybe a couple of weeks ago. I went to Fort Worth. They had a show there with other bands, and they're really nice. I mean, I haven't heard. We did the write up and then we published everything, but I didn't have the opportunity of listening to the music, because. But then I went to Fort Worth. They play at the Halton Theater. And they are really cool. I mean, I think that's a good band. I mean, you have there, and I think there's a lot of it's gonna be a bright future. I mean, what they're doing, they're mixing metal, industrial, but they're doing it with a lot of power and a lot of energy, and they're on stage. They really nail it. They're really good. I mean, I think they have a good future if they continue doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they're very fantastic. So was that a drawing issue with the band? Like, is the scene down south similar? Do they like to explore the industrial metal down in your neck of the woods?
You been here in Houston?
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty new in the scene here. I mean, we started the magazine. Even though we are coming from Cuba, we started in 1999. So we moved here in 2013. We relocated here in Houston. So our first year was mostly trying to find a living, because you need to, in order to do this job or in order to play music. Yeah, the Granada Theater. That's a tour. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Sunday. I mean, that band.
This coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be a good weekend, dude. Here's the problem with Memorial Day weekend shows is that if you're not nearby a body of water, probably you're not going to get a good turnout. But I hope that it's not the case with Soen. I hope that everybody comes out just based on the good words that this beautiful young man has given us about this band. Go check them out.
I mean, it's not metal like really hard, but they are really good. I mean, the songs and the music and even online they give like every time that I see them. I mean, on YouTube, a live show, it's really good. I mean, they know what they're doing, and I mean, it's a good. I don't know if you guys are planning to go, but I think it's a good show for a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with no work the next day.
Yeah, you don't work. I didn't know that Memorial Monday was the following day, and then I was planning to go to the show and then drive back to Houston, like 4 a.m. in the morning because I had to work, and then. But
found out you have Monday off.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I mean, I found out like last week and I said, "Hey, cool. We can sleep in the hotel, you know."
Nice surprise.
Till 10 or 11 or something like that. Yeah. But I was telling you, we are pretty new in the scene. I mean, we are even though we started printing in 2020 and we have been around like 4 years. I don't think the metalheads, I mean, in Houston or metal bands, they I don't know if they acknowledge us or because I go to shows like when I have time to go, and then I'm most of the time like printing and writing for the website. Like I know some bands from here, and the problem is that the scene here is really spread out. It's really big. There are a lot of bands, a lot of genres, a lot of venues. And it's not like when you have everything in a small city, let's say there's only 1 or 2 venues and everything happens there and everybody get together there, you know, and know each other. I hope, I mean, there are some bands, I cannot say that none, but there are some bands in Houston that they invite us to the shows. Hey, can you come and take a look at the band? So what do you think? And it's something similar that what happened in Pkwy is starting to sound like that, you know, or to be similar like that. So in Pkwy, we were part of the Cuban. I mean, we were from Havana, but we were part of the Havana and the Cuban scene. You know, we were not the festivals, and we were pretty much known in all the provinces of Cuba. So in Houston, it's starting to be something like that. Like I cannot say like on a big scale, you know, like, but some people has been starting to notice, and I also have been starting to going out, you know, there's metal markets here, some shows, you know, like bringing the magazine. There's some promoters that have invited us to, you know, to do like a merch booth or a table, and we put the magazines there, and people start seeing the magazine is a real thing. It's not something you see online. It's something that's printed. And I mean, we're working little by little. I cannot say that we're part of the scene because, as I was telling you, we come from Cuba, and we started like in 2020, like publishing here in the States, in Houston all the time. But it was 2020, and still it was COVID time. You know, the first 2 years, until 22, and then I hope that we can have more bands. I mean, we have bands from Houston in our magazine, and we interact with some of them. I hope we have more. I mean, we're open to the Texan metal scene in general. I mean, we're so proud. Even when I was in Cuba, I was a huge follower of the Texan scene. With that, there was a lot of gaps and misinformation and no information at all. But you know what Devarment or Prophecy were doing, you know, it was really followed there, you know, and I'm really proud of living here in Texas. You know, metal here is like it's like really something, and everybody takes metal really serious, and even though it's a white community, at a show, as you were saying, everybody is the same. We are the same kind,
Fucking
Absolutely.
metal.
And may I just extend an invitation? Blow Your Brains Out does free shows every month or every other month up here in Arlington, home of Pantera, over at Diamond Gyms, and we would love to have you come out. I will buy your drinks, and I will show you a good time if you'd like to come out and check out what North Texas has as far as metal is concerned. We would love to have you up here. We'd love to have you, whether you want to do a write-up or you just want to hang out, we would love to have you come up here sometime.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah, just you have is that June 22nd?
Yeah, the next show will be June 22nd, and then the one after that will be August 31st. So you have plenty of time to arrange it. But the June 21st, that will be a good smorgasbord of different bands. Well, we got Iron Man
from
great,
Dallas.
Iron Man is a great Black Sabbath tribute band. We got Here for Now, which is a great like Breaking Benjamin, Flyleaf type of throwback.
We have new Here for Now to play tonight.
Yep.
I would love to hear it. Yeah.
They just released their album on Tuesday.
Did they? Good for them. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Badass. Right. Coilback,
Just
great
they
band.
played.
With. Oh, okay.
I was going to save it for the concert calendar, so everybody hang in there for the
Oh, okay.
concert calendar
Oh, oh.
tonight, where we will listen to some brand new Here for Now.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Coilback, they're a great like glam rock metal type of band. Gibson Cemetery, they do a lot of covers of like Van Halen and Motley Crue. Let's see. Perceived, I actually have not heard them, but I've heard good things. And then Randy Roy and Raid, they are just awesome throwback, early 2000s, just like what was the band? Biohazard. They remind me of Biohazard.
Perceived's really good live. We played with them at one of our first shows. The drummer actually does the singing.
Okay. What are they reminiscent of?
Ooh. It's hard to put a pin on it. Follow back with me in just a minute. Let me think.
All right. Good.
They're a three-piece.
August 30th.
They're a three-piece.
Oh, there you go. So no room for error. I like that. I know August 31st, we've got Inner Core, P-Town Skanks, Against All Odds, which is Ariel's band. If you get a chance, check out Against All Odds. Ariel is a phenomenal singer and frontwoman, and all-around pleasant person to be around.
Oh, except for when I'm typing. I'm very sorry. I had a bandmate text me.
That's okay. Just feel shame later.
You said your daughter likes melodic. She might like our music.
Oh yeah, sure. Just hit me up, and then I'll show her, and I'll say, "Hey, listen to this band."
Yeah. I'll drop my link in the chat, in the private chats.
Cool. I think she will be. She's in the way to be a metalhead.
Do you focus mostly just on the Houston scene, or do you venture off into like Austin or Galveston or Corpus Christi?
No, we are. I mean, we are more for the whole Texas. Like everything that smells Texas, so it has a place in it. So, but I don't count like I want to have more bands from Houston or so. It's mostly. What we focus on is mostly in Texas. I mean, we want to have the the majority of the bands in the magazine from Texas. We're trying to do that, and it's my dream to do like a Texan issue.
Metal.
It's really hard. It's really hard to do like a Texan issue. Just Texan bands. I mean, maybe I'll do something like that, like on a special occasion, like only Texan. but it's really hard because we're in contact with a lot of bands from even from Europe, and also there are some bands that they're not that popular in here, and then we still want to draw attention to them, But yeah, for us it's mostly Texas. I mean, I say I'm very proud of relocating myself in Texas, because of every city you go, there are metal bands and there are shows, and it's death metal, thrash metal, black metal. So it's a very devoted and committed scene, and there's a good vibes in the shows. So it's awesome. And but most of our bands, we're trying to cover the Texas more, like because I think still some bands are really on the ground, I don't know, people from there are metal bands in Abilene that are not known, people there doing metal, and also in El Paso, and there are a lot of cities, not only Houston, Austin, Dallas. There's a lot of cities that there are a lot of bands, and they are not that very well known, And we are learning. It's
have you
process
checked
for us.
out any? Yeah. Have you checked out any up and coming bands that haven't really gotten any exposure? Like you were the one to see them play in front of like 5 people, and you were like, this band is going to be something in a few years.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. I mean, when I search online and I see the shows and some live feeds from shows, and then I'll see the name of band, and then I say, hey, I would like this band not to give exposure to this band. I think they come with a good music, and that's pretty much it. I mean, when it comes to bands, I don't know, there are a lot of bands, like I was telling you earlier with Swarm. So I've never heard their music. I just saw them on the flyer, and then they were and they were in a show that my friend Lara was planning, and then he was like, hey, let's give them some exposure. I mean, and they're a new band, and then that's something that we do. That's the intention for us, like give exposure to unknown bands, and even if they are small, or they are just from, maybe they just last 6 months or years, but still, they're making their way, and then just get the time, to get together, put music together, rehearse, go. I mean, I've been part of that process myself with bands, and then I know that takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of sacrifice from those kids, even though they are enjoying it and they see that's a game for them, but it takes a lot. I mean, it takes a lot to put a band together, to go on a stage, and we praise that. I mean, because we know what takes for a band to go on stage. It's really a hard process. It's not.
It's herding cats. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Are there any up and coming bands from Cuba that we should be made aware of?
Ooh.
I mean, I still listen to the ones when I was there. I mean, there are new bands that I'm not in contact with. I mean, the new bands, because for them it's very hard to promote themselves and put their music out. Even now, even though what they do, they cannot open like a Spotify account, to put the music. So they need to get someone here outside, send the music to that person, and that person uploads everything on their names, and because they cannot have like a PayPal account in Cuba, to link it to the account in let's say in Spotify, or and it's really hard for them to put their music out, and most of the times they are scammed by record companies, that they say, hey, I'm gonna print, I don't know, 1,000 CDs or D packs, and then sometimes they don't get anything back, and because they don't have information, they don't, and it's really hard to put the music out. But from my time, there's still some bands there that you need to check them out. I mean, they're really good. I mean, I'm gonna mention 4. I'm gonna mention 5. They have been playing for more than 20 years. I would say my favorite band, I mean, so far from Cuba, it's I would say, I mean, and it's nothing against the other bands, but it's just my preference. It's a thrash metal band that is called Zeus. They're from Havana.
Called what?
Zeus.
Zeus.
Yeah, like Zeus in español, in Spanish. I mean, Zeus. They're still playing. They're still Zeus, like the god.
Lightning.
Zeus. Right.
Zeus. I'm sorry.
Thunder,
Zeus.
And rock and roll. Whoa.
Okay. So
we're gonna get past this. Don't worry.
Hmm?
No,
hey,
you're good. Go ahead.
Since we're right here in the middle of this debacle, it's just as good a time as any. Do you mind if I bring up one of our favorite Dallas Fort Worth heavy metal bands to hear about these Cuban bands together?
Damn
All
right,
everybody, check it out.
His eyes are red and his beard is blue. Hey, it's Hef. He's from Vane and he's come here just to blow your brain.
Boom. What's up, guys?
Hey, it's Hef.
Well,
Mister, how you doing today, sir? Well, welcome to the show, Hef. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. We've been in Scriptorium magazine. We had a little corner on the page. I got it hanging on my wall, man.
Well, we hope you've been listening to the show already, but just in case, we would like to formally introduce you to Scriptorium magazine.
Pleasure. Metal, my friend.
He has the love of metal in his heart.
100%.
Hey, what is your name again?
My name is Alex.
Alex. Yep. Alex, Hef, Alex.
Nice to meet you. We were in your magazine about a year ago, actually.
Yeah, I think we featured that band in our magazine. I thought it was 28 or 29.
Yeah, it's hanging on my wall in another room, but dude, so proud of that moment. So thank you.
Yeah.
See you there, badass.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. We're bringing people together, man. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. That shot went down wrong.
What are you drinking on? Are you drinking something special, Hef? Oh, Jaeger. God.
I'm drinking, yes, it's special because it is Vane Jaeger. And, that's just Jaeger. There's a Vane shot glass right there. So it's Jaeger, straight up. That's what we do here.
Vane Jaeger.
I need to get those guys officially to support me because I fucking give them enough money every week.
After you record the Vane Jaeger song, they probably will.
Maybe that's what I do. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I got to get that going.
Start that project right now.
Your Jaeger version of Pkwy.
There you go. Beautiful. We even got a Jaeger guitar to play it on.
Go down that wormhole.
Well, since we're in the middle of a break, has anybody heard anything about the hoedown? Has anybody heard anything from Megan Moshpit or Mongo or Cortez? Okay, because that was supposed to be a big show, but I know that we had a bunch of crazy storms move in, so I'm just wondering if anybody heard anything, if it went off well. Nobody at all.
But no, I haven't heard a thing. Okay. Megan's pretty vocal, so.
All right. Megan, if you're okay, blink twice.
Ain't no way. You just said that.
What'd I say? I didn't say nothing.
I was going to blink twice for her.
Hey, Alex was telling us about some badass Cuban metal bands.
Yes. And we're trying to find them fun.
Dude. Yeah. Everybody check them out. Yeah. And by the way, also, I was gonna say, I was going to say to Alex and to anybody that is interested, if you have MP3s and you'd like them to be played on our show, send them to OutlawVideoTV at gmail.com. And we will play your shit on our show. We are here every Wednesday, and we are happy to play your shit.
And short MP4s. Yeah, send me a 30-second MP4 promoting your shows. We'll play it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry, Alex. Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was telling you like one of my favorite. I mean, it's Suze, and they are playing thrash metal in Havana, and also they've been playing for many years, more than 20 years, and they're still playing. And there's a death metal band that we put a digipack out, just like because they never got like a debut album back in Cuba, because of the country, and we put out a digipack here, and we send the copies there, so they can have it, and they can release it and show with the people out there. Their name is Congregation. They play death metal. They've been playing for more than 20 years also. There's also a band in the province called Blinder. They are now more melodic, but they're still playing. And also Mephisto. There's a band in Holguin. That's the eastern part of Cuba, and they were the first black metal band to play in Cuba, to play black metal. And they're still playing. They're still releasing albums, and it's really, I know it's really hard. I mean, there, like, to make music, to rehearse, to play, to record, and I'm pretty sure those bands are unknown, and they have been playing for more than 20 years, and that's because of the system, like the socialist or communist systems, that type of music is really, I wouldn't say that it's persecuted, or because they are not political. If you are political, like a hardcore band or punk band singing about political stuff, so you will be persecuted for sure. But they are not, but still they're suffering the system. It's really hard to record and to put music out. And some of these bands, they have been playing, and they don't have like official debut album. Like Congregation, for example, they didn't have until like 2021 that we released one here. So we took some songs and they recorded there in the private studio. They sent it to me, and then we did the layout for the digipack, and then we sent have copies to them, to Cuba, and they were kind of I heard that they were nominated for Band of a Year, I don't know, in some TV show. I need to confirm that. I guess somebody said that to me, like, very likely, like, hey, I think they were nominated with that album, the album that you pressed here, we pressed here in the States. But yeah, I mean, that's the main that's our main intention. I mean, like to put out bands that are unknown, or countries that they have like a powerful scene, and it's not known, because of different reasons.
That's very awesome. Do you prefer black metal over like death metal or punk? Is black metal your favorite form of metal?
No, really. I mean, I listen to every. At the beginning, I was really more, let's say, like, yeah, that's Zeus. But that's an old picture. They don't have that lineup now. Now the three of the ones on the corner and the fourth, they are still there.
Okay.
And let's say we try to put the bands out, like they are not known because of some reason.
Do you have a Scriptorium beer koozie? If you do, could you hold it up to the camera? I know
Yeah,
you got a Scriptorium shirt. All right, advertise your shit, man. Everybody buy Scriptorium magazine koozies, buy the T-shirts, buy the magazine. Support this man because he clearly cares, and we care when people care.
We do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Facts.
Oh, thank you. Shit,
That's the answers. I mean, they've been playing like from a long time in Cuba, you know. And there are many bands like that, you know, like because of a system they cannot put the music out. I think there's a documentary on YouTube. There was an American filmmaker that he filmed the documentary over 10 years in Cuba, and then he put it out. Like I think it was released in 2020, but because of COVID, they couldn't make like a presentation here in the States. They made it in Havana, but right after that, COVID started here in the States, and they had the premiere here. I think it was in Miami, and that documentary, but because of COVID, everything shut down, you know, and then it went to hell, everything.
So is music just like not allowed, or is heavy music not allowed in Cuba?
No, it's allowed. It's not that any type of music is allowed. You know, like the difficulty is like to, especially in the 90s or maybe in the 80s or the early 2000s, it was like to record that music and to put an album out, to have a record company. Like for instance, in Cuba, you don't have record companies like to promote or to print metal or rock music. You know, there are record companies, but for traditional Cuban music or salsa or any other type of music, you know, but not for metal. You know, those are the guys, yes. But not for metal. And then they have to do everything independently. You know, nowadays it's easier like to record. Yeah, you can record, I mean, using your computer, but how do you put the music in a CD, you know, for example, and print 200 or 500 copies of that CD, and then there's not a music source that you can bring. Good, they're not a music source that you can or channels, you know, like here you can send it to print, and then on your own you put it on Bandcamp and you distribute it, and it's not like that because they don't have access. They have internet, but the access is very limited now. You know, it's very hard to put the music out. I mean, like for you guys to know that this band existed, and they've been playing for a lot of years, and it's been like like that. I mean, like 90 miles away from Florida, you know, and that's really hard. I mean, the music is not banned as long as you don't talk against the government. You know, like you are like some punk bands that are too political. You know, those bands are gonna be for sure. They're gonna look at the bands. They're gonna you're not gonna be allowed to play in TV stations, you know, or radio stations. Your music is not gonna be aired in radio stations, or even in festivals. You're not gonna go there if you get too political, you know, like because censorship in Cuba still works. I mean, like for them it works. Whatever is against the government, they ban it like right away, you know.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like even if they have to go to your house and knock on your door and say, "Hey, stop doing that," you know. And if they have to do it, they will do it. I mean,
I just can't imagine living in a place that you can't express yourself.
Yep,
you
crazy.
can express till there's a line. I mean, there's a line.
We
You
just
can
have a
express
line.
yourself, you know, like close to that line. If you go out of that line, and especially if it's against the government, that you're not gonna continue doing that for sure.
You know, metalheads from like the Middle East, they can't even, it's illegal to play metal in the Middle East. You know, I've heard some fiddle melons out there. They do impromptu shows under a bridge. Boom, 20 minutes and out. You got to disperse because you'll go to jail.
Here in America, if you speak out against your country, your own bandmates will kill you. They'll beat your ass. Yeah, you know, I mean, you really can't speak out against the government here either and get away with it, bro. Not for long.
Yeah. Definitely restricted.
You have to already be established and famous, or have some real management behind, you know, the rebellious nature of your band.
Or maybe
hey, Alex,
in your lyrics, be just a little crafty the way you say what you say. There's always an underlying meaning to everything I say. I love you, Rick.
Well, that's kind of how you have to be. All right, Alex, there's a couple of more Dallas metalheads here that would like to say hello. Go. Joining our panel here, we have Mike Woosley.
Woo, Mike.
And Randy
Raid.
Oh,
what's up, Randy?
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
All right. One big happy family right here, man.
100%.
All right. So y'all have a panel with the lovely Alex from Scriptorium magazine. Ask him whatever questions that you would like to ask him right quick.
Why are you so pretty?
No. Is the guy with that blue goatee?
How often do you get to go to shows? I know you're going to go to one this weekend, but how frequently do you get to go?
I mean, I try to go as much as possible. You know, like I work like 9 hours a day, and then I have to come back to spend some time with my family. You know, but I definitely try to go to as much shows as possible. You know, like here in Houston, you can have like 2 or 3 shows the same night. I mean, like the scene is really spread out, and there's a lot of venues, and but definitely. I try to go as much as possible. I mean.
Very good. Are there, what are some local venues you can recommend for, so a lot of us from Dallas, we've been trying to travel down to Houston, San Antonio, Austin area and like hit the trifecta. Do you have local spots that you would recommend traveling bands to hit up that you feel like are strong music goers?
There's a place in that's White Oak. White Oak has 2 stages.
Okay.
I mean 3 if you go outside. But there's there's some more like big tours. I mean, not big tours, but it's really, they have good shows there, and also in Scout Bar. Scout Bar, I think it's more like a dual, you know, like local bands and also important tours, you know, outside. Also, there's one that my friend Serena is putting some shows there. It's called Kickback Bar, and also the Magic. I don't remember that one because I haven't gone to that one, but she's doing shows there. I think she's now with the Narcotic Wasteland tour, so they're gonna play it in Houston. I don't remember if it's gonna be in the Kick. I think it's gonna be in the Kickback Bar. I'm not sure. I have to double check that out. But those are the venues. I mean, I recommend. Also, we had one on the Northwest. It was called the Concept Pop North. I really liked that one because the stage was really good. The sound there was really good, and they were doing a lot of metal shows like a few months ago. I don't know if they're still doing shows there. You know, like for metal. I mean, I know that for rock and cover bands, they'll still work there.
So, Alex, I actually heard Concert Pub North closed last week or 2 weeks ago, but someone's about to buy it and maybe try and revamp it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, like a few months ago, there was a lot of metal shows there at the Concept Pub North. But I think they had, for some reason, they stopped doing that. Now you're telling me that they're gonna close. So maybe that was the reason. Maybe they had that in mind and they stopped doing the shows there. I really like that place. I mean, The sound, the stage has 2 bars, and then you can go outside. There's a restaurant like right next to the venue. You know, like it's really, I really like that one. I mean,
Acacia was a good bar. I mean, it was a shithole, but we love shitholes. We played there a couple times. It's great.
Those are the best kind. Those are the best kind, man.
That's a good place. I played there.
Hey, Alex, I got a quick question for you. You heard of the boys in Labyrinth down there in Houston?
You mean a thrash metal band, Labyrinth? Yeah, I saw them there. The first time I saw them was in the concert Pop North. They opened for it was a heavy metal show there, you know, and they opened the show and it was they're really promising. I mean, they reminded me to the 80s thrash metal, you know, like they have the attitude and they have it's right there, you know, and but yeah, I think that's gonna be a great thrash metal band from this area.
They're great, man. I'm friends with a couple of those guys, and I got to tell you, they're all young. They're probably less than 25, and so they didn't get to live to see all the great thrash bands, and they're bringing it back hardcore. It's fucking they're opening for a lot of nationals down there, and I'm trying to get George up here to play a few shows. So be awesome.
I think they opened for Artillery the first time they came here in Houston. No, they're really good. I mean, the 80s thrash metal there, you know, like they're really young. They're kids. I mean, they're kids, and then it's unbelievable that they have that music in it. Like you said, I don't think they lived that. I mean, they were born at that time, and they have that vibe there. I mean, they have it. I think that's a really promising band. I mean,
that's good. Fun facts.
Thrash is coming back, so it's been coming back for the longest time now. It needs to come back, honestly.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So many in agreement.
Do you guys remember that band? Remember that band, Tornaga? You ever hear of them?
No.
No.
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've listened to the music, but I will.
They're a band from like South America that were like kind of in the same, a little bit earlier than Sepultura, but they're pretty badass.
Nice.
They're starting to make it back up.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can always look it up.
Yeah, the album that they had that were like did really good was God's Gift, and I think it was like 1993 or 4 when that album.
Alex, you might have covered this earlier, but if any of us Dallas fans want to submit some things to you and your magazine, how do we go about doing that?
I mean, we have an email out there, like, and every page and every flyer we have the email. You can contact me through the email. I mean, most of if they're gonna send like music, photos, you know, like a press kit, or they can send it through the email. It's better because sometimes they send it through the messenger, and then the pictures they lose quality, you know. But the best way to contact us if they're gonna send music, it's the email, you know. We have the email in every flyer on the website, but it's really simple. SCRIPTORIUM.mac@gmail.com, and then we are more than happy to have any band from Texas in our magazine, you know. There's also on the website, there's a chat. It goes straight to my phone, so it's real time. So every time someone writes in that chat, so I got a notification on my phone, and then I reply, like if I'm working and I have time, I reply like after I'm done with my work, you know, like. But
so here's chat down here at the bottom right hand corner. If I click that rings your phone.
Yeah.
Very cool. How about that, everybody? That's
Easy
how you
peasy.
get on Scriptorium magazine.
Damn, Ricky, they've come a long way since Skull Press here, huh?
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to tell him earlier, that I've printed some magazines in my day too, so I can really, respect what they're doing. They're on issue number 30, I believe. Is that right, Alex?
30th is the last one.
Well, I did a few copies of this magazine called the Skull Press, and this one on the far right is the 5th or 6th issue, and Randy Roy helped me with that one a lot.
Yeah, I respect, man. I respect a lot of that. I mean, I had some friends in Cuba do some color paste, fanzines, and my total respect for that. That's really hard. I mean, I was
spent countless hours at Kinko's.
Yeah. Kinko's. Oh, reminiscent.
Hey, Randy.
Oh yeah. So hey, since we're closing in on the end and we still got to do the concert calendar, I would just like to ask Alex, Scriptorium magazine, how would you like to be remembered, my brother?
Oh, bro. I don't know. I mean, my mission is that everybody can read and dig into the magazine. That's my motive. And as I was telling you, I like doing this. I mean, I don't know. I would like to print. One of my dreams is because we left Cuba like 11 years ago, and we were we all the time were printing. Like we're doing things against the government in our write-ups, and then we never had the chance of like being or like publish one official issue. I don't know if when something changes we can come back to that. Now it's really not even for us. I mean, if I go and send the copies and someone is delivering that copies, in Cuba, they can go to jail because they have I think it's a regulation that no one that is outside the government can print in Cuba, and spread out they did it because the people there were some journalists in Cuba that were fighting against the government, and they wanted to print a newspaper. They wanted to do a newspaper on the side of the government. Like on their own. Getting their own money, try to print on their own, and they threw a like a law or a regulation that no one can do that. I mean, if they do it, they can go to jail. And I hope that ends. I mean, I know it will end with when the regime is over, and still can people. I mean, bands can go on tour in Cuba. Go free and tour, and doesn't matter if you play death metal, hardcore, or you have social lyrics. That's one of my. I mean, that's a debt I have with Cuba. Because at that time it was really hard, and it was really hard to do what we're doing now. Now it's so much easy. and back there it was so hard to do it, And people there, the fans, the metalheads, they are so thirsty. They are so they have that thirst for metal, for everything, for music, for printed publications, everything that smells metal. So they are like after that. So it's like us here. As I was telling you, we are the same kind everywhere. But I mean, as long as they remember SCRIPTORIUM, so I'm fine with that. So I don't think they remember. I mean, the person. As long as they remember SCRIPTORIUM, I mean, what we do, it is fine. I mean, that's the only legacy. I mean, I don't think about that, but like going back to your question, I mean, as long as SCRIPTORIUM, that was a magazine. It was they were from Cuba, and they printed some issues in the States and all over. And then as long as they remember SCRIPTORIUM, I'm fine with that. I mean,
that's so
very
good.
good. Well, thank you very much. Please, everybody, subscribe to SCRIPTORIUMMagazine.com. Buy the shirts, buy the issues, buy the koozies. Support this man because he clearly cares and we care. So thank you very much for spending the evening with us, bro. Tonight
Cheers.
is a special
I'm sorry
night.
about my English.
We are all about to celebrate Memorial Day weekend, and we are so thankful that we got to spend this evening with you, Alex. So thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you so much to all of you guys.
Thank you, Alex.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. All right, what do we got on the concert calendar, ladies and gentlemen?
Have some fun in surrounding areas.
This Saturday, have some fucking fun at Trees Dallas with yours truly, Raid.
Raid.
Fuck yeah.
Randy, tell us about your show.
Well, we are very happy to return to the stage after a year with a new drummer. We've got all the classics, maybe something new up the sleeve. Who knows if it pops out. Love for all of you to come out. It's $15 advance. We've got tickets. Or you can go to raydfw@gmail.com or raydfw@gmail.com, and that's our PayPal. $15 from us, $20 at the door. Hope to see you there. Lots of great music this weekend in the Metroplex. So if you don't happen to get out to Trees, get out to some club and support local metal.
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah, killer show this Saturday. Y'all don't want to miss. This is the return of Raid. They haven't played a show in over a year now. And so it's kick-ass to see you guys back. And then, of course, your next show is with us.
On June 22nd.
That is really the one we're very excited about as well. I mean, who can't be excited about playing Trees? But I got to tell you, Ricky, you were inspirational and kicking my ass for the last year and getting me out of that rut and saying, Randy, I want you back on stage. And this is our return to Tarrant County. We will be playing June 22nd. We have had a lineup change. Our friends have proceeded to jump on the bill. Amazing. If you like Tool, I mean they're very good. Tool.
Wait, Tool's gonna be there?
Toolish, we'll say. They're not Tool.
Good jam session.
Let's go.
But I love those guys. Kevin, Charlie, and Chris. And then Coilback, you know, Lou. Everybody loves Lou. Gibson Cemetery, Here for Now, and the opening it up, I think we got Iron Mang. So if you love Black Sabbath, they do all Sabbath, early Ozzy, and who knows, they may bust out something special too. Eddie's always got something up his sleeve.
Very creative dude. Sings Ozzy to a T. It's crazy.
He's great.
Thank you. That's what I got.
Well, I want to say thanks to Proceed for hopping on this show and leveling everything back out. I think they're probably a good whiskey drinking band. Maybe acid tripping band. I'm not sure. So you guys just come out and have a good time.
Maybe
Don't do it all at once.
Maybe both. I mean,
there you go.
I'm just saying, why hold yourself back?
All right, back to this little flyer here at Trees. Next week, I guess.
Yeah. On the 31st. we have
How about some Dallas death metal? Obituary.
Somebody did the growl voice while I tried to do my growl voice, and I loved it because it overlapped.
Does that make it a Jinx growl?
Yeah. Jinx, whoever you are.
Obituary.
You owe me a Coke.
Trevor Perez. That's it. Yeah.
All right, so here's another pretty important and badass show coming up in Deep Ellum, Dallas.
We're not doing anything the 4th of July weekend. We're playing at Reno's again. with From Then On and Born and Raised. Gonna be dope. $10 at the door. Name my band, please. Gotta make us look good. Should be pretty fun.
Always wear the t-shirt.
We'll
be there.
Wear it proud.
It's definitely one of my favorite. Everybody out there looking for a good band t-shirt. The Against All Odds t-shirt is very comfortable, but they all are. My Vane shirt's comfortable. My Dank shirt is wore out.
I gotta add to my collection.
You need a raid shirt. We'll get you hooked up.
All right, so there's another metal show also. Oh, Born and Raised is on that show with you guys from then on.
They'll be opening. From Then On is headlining.
One of the things I see about that show is you got a couple of women-fronted bands.
Yeah, we do. I'm excited.
From Then On's kick-ass too.
Yeah, they just vocalist, so I'm really eager to see how she sounds. She also has purple hair. No competition.
I actually saw them when they did a show with Messer up in Plano at Love and War. It was kind of the Love and War dipping the toe into the metal show scene, and I think it was maybe her debut or her second show. But
because we played the next show with them.
They did
How'd she do? I'm excited.
It was
dope.
All right, so there you go. Multiple reasons to get out. Next weekend, what's the date on? Oh, that's a couple of weeks away, July 6th. So put it on your calendar.
We got time.
You got nothing but time to not.
Makes it July 4th weekend. Pop your fireworks in Deep Ellum.
June 1st coming up pretty quickly at Reno's again. We have Empty Shell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, finish that one.
Empty Shell. Is that Pantheon? I can't read the other one.
All I can see are buds. I can't see anything past all those buds.
Mega Mat at Reno's. Catch them June 1st.
They look like giant tops. All right. So also at Reno's this weekend.
Amber's birthday show, May 24th.
Longtime bartender there.
Oh, that's
really
cool.
Super cool. Oh, she's a big time Stars fan too.
Oh, man, I hope we win Thursday so she's in a good mood.
Hey, look at there. There's your party.
All right.
All right. So going back to trees real quick, I found that Lacey Stern flyer.
There you go, Lacey Strum. She's coming to Trees with special guest Islander, and then she also has Amethyst Michelle, who's a local artist in the Dallas scene.
All right, Amethyst is on that show, the one you've been telling us about.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty excited. I'm a little jelly, but I'm excited for her.
I'm proud of you for calling it out because you've been talking about this Amethyst band for a little bit.
For like a year.
They show up on a real show here.
Don't be jelly, just jam.
Just jam.
So does anybody know anything about Lardy B, another Dallas artist?
Any relation to Cardi B?
Yeah, it's a paradox.
Well, she is basically the Weird Al Yankovic version of Cardi B. She takes Cardi B type trap music and she interjects stuff about food and various other comedic elements.
Let's just say she's
great.
Cute and large.
Okay. I dig it.
Lardy.
Coming up July 26th at Trees.
All right.
Oh, no, is this another
Back
Reno?
over to Reno's to finish off Reno's here because it's the Argonaut.
Woo! June 29th.
Also, Swarm on that show. Look there.
Also pulled by the horn. Tornado breath. I feel like we shouldn't be saying tornado right now.
Oh, they're going to show up regardless of what you say. Don't worry.
June 15th, we got the Argonaut Darkness of Tomorrow. That sounds so, I don't know, final.
Well, it sounds like a killer show there at Reno's. Looks like they're picking up the pace. They got a big Against All Odds show and a big The Argonaut show with Swarm.
Hey, that night's a big night in Deep Ellum.
Damn right, man. The Argonaut was fucking killer at our show last week. The Argonaut
amongst men, they bring it, but there's another big show going on that night.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it is. Mike, do you know?
It sounds familiar.
I think I just remembered what it was myself now that you mention it.
Burma Fest.
That one. And Ariel, I have something to show you. You got to look at my camera, but we have new these dick pic earrings have earplugs for your safety. I'm just saying. You get the dick pic. Yeah,
wait, there you go.
Pic, you get the earplug and you get a little charm.
I must buy these.
Yes, and we have every one of them is unique in itself. They're all different, and we will be debuting
dick pic package by David.
Yeah, a dick pic package for you for sure. I have one reserved in your name. Just saying.
That's cool.
So that's this June the 15th at the Verma Fest, where
The
everybody's
man
gonna come
says
out
things.
and take home a cute little puppy with them.
Absolutely. It could be. I could be the
got
puppy.
my tickets today.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Randy got hit. Me and Randy worked some deals out. We worked with our agents, our assistants, and I'm going to be able to attend his show. And he's going to be able to attend mine. It's going to be great.
Oh.
And I did see prototypes.
All right. So just hypothetically,
Eyes are red and his beard is blue. Hey, it's Hef. He's from Vane and he's come here just to blow your brain.
Boom.
Boom.
Is that all he's gonna blow?
all right. So hypothetically, if you adopt a dog that night, what will you name him or her?
Hef. Oh.
Boom. That's what he's saying, is he might be your cute little cuddly puppy dog that night.
I'm good at snuggling. That's all I'm saying. Who doesn't want a snuggle buddy?
Just needs a safe little space in your home.
That's right. Don't need much. Maybe 20 by 20 room with speakers.
Funny.
And cat runs.
And an allowance too for needing new equipment on a regular basis. Besides that, that's all I need.
Oh yeah, good luck with the basis, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, I hate to say this, but Sean's leaving us.
Aw.
Gonna miss him. We love him, but life happens. So we are in the process. Sean's gonna be on our June 15th show. Unfortunately, it'll be his last show, and we hate to see our brother leave for no matter the reason. And this is, it sucks. Bottom line, it really does. But I respect Sean, love him as a brother, and life happens, and you got to do what you got to do. What's important. So we wish Sean the best, and he's going to help us hopefully with this transition. He said he would, but we got to find the right person. So if you know anyone, we're getting a lot of fucking responses, and we'll see, what happens. And maybe on this show we'll announce our new guy, when our girl, or them, or they, however they want us to call them. We will announce that maybe here. I don't know. It's an idea. Throwing it out there.
All right, you hear that? It's your chance at stardom and fame. You can be the one to yank and crank the bass for Vane.
Did you say stardom in Vane? Because that works too.
Thank you, Super Chat. Thank you for that, Super Chat.
I want to say thank you to Johnny Yarborough and everybody in the chats. Thank you to Neil Suzanne. Thank you, Arkansas. Thank you, especially Haley Ryan. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm just I'm happy my sister let me join. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just kidding. All right. I caught that. If the chat's caught that, light it up. All right, over in Arlington at Division Brewery.
Oh, we were just talking about them earlier. Growl Records presents Abraham Lincoln's Flag Day Frenzy featuring Hen and the Cox, Bullet Machine, X Regrets, not even one letter, and Blanket of M. June 14th.
How about that?
Hey, I can say at Division this Friday night, if anybody's over that way, if anybody knows Chuck, Mr. Chuck with
Boltnick?
No, what the fuck? He owns all the studios in Garland. What's his? Chuck Frizzell. His band's playing.
Oh, cool.
Dead Radio,
Yeah.
And then some of the other bands on that bill rent rooms there from the Haunted Hospital from Chuck. Earworm, Rotten Cotton Candy.
Was that this
So
weekend? Is that
This
on the
Friday.
flyer right there?
Yeah.
this Friday. But go out and check it. I think Chuck's band plays at 9:00. But you know, all the bands are out there to have fun, and I got invited out to that. So who knows? Might show up.
Yeah, that's a easy place to take in a good show at Division Brewery, Growl Records.
Love it.
Okay, Dead Radio Texas. Okay, I do have this flyer.
Hey, yo, a quick update. Mavericks just took game 1 against Minnesota in Minnesota. Go Mavs.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, 108, 105. It went down to the wire. They traded leads from the halftime onward. So that was a hell of a fucking match. Go Luka, go Kyrie, and bring championship home to Dallas.
Let's do it.
Here's gonna fill you in. I say dope a lot, and a lot of the times it's very intentional. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's dope. These are pretty dope, dude. 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 Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope. Those are pretty dope, 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 dope. Dope it, dope, 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 dope it, dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's facts. We're just gonna.
Facts. That's the facts.
That's facts.
I think we need to have a local band competition doing a cover of that, and then we will do a hashtag. We all submit.
The best
I'm totally okay with that.
So.
We submit our rendition, and then I don't know, have a little contest with this.
Well, we can definitely do a live version of it.
How do we get the?
I'll be honest. I feel like Here for Now is going to take that.
Working on this.
I think the original version is the best. I mean, how do you top that? Come on.
It would be fun to hear.
Everything.
I don't want to hurt no one.
I'd like to see X610 Chill. Another version of that, you know.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Oh, I made the original, so I don't really have to go any further. I think my work speaks for itself.
Okay, so at the show last week, Ariel, when she introduced Warhog, she did a version of Dope.
I did. I was going to do the entire song.
Y'all go back and watch it on Outlaw Video TV YouTube channel. And then at the next show with Raid, you never know. There might be something in store.
That would be dope.
I will not be at that show, guys. I love everyone, but I will be in Temple that weekend and then Waco the next weekend. I know it's a shame. I'm so sorry.
Which is pretty much why they're not on the bill.
Yes, it is all my fault. Otherwise, I'd be playing with all of you.
That's all right. We're really excited about seeing Against All Odds on August the 31st. That's going to kick ass.
All right, another Saturday, June 1st show. Coming up at the studio with Creeper. Creeper's playing tonight. They just opened up for something to Veil. What's that name?
Where at?
Actually, no. You're talking about Black Veil Brides. That is actually a different Creeper.
Really?
And actually, yeah, that Creeper is from Europe, and actually, American Creeper vowed to haze their bus and make their existence in North Texas miserable.
Oh yeah.
Which really? I'll be honest. If somebody else came up with your band name before you did, the more manly thing would be just take it. But some folks just don't take it that way. So do what you do.
We've had those issues. I let lawyers handle it.
So this is a strong bill here. You got a bunch of Fort Worth guys over. Life of Scars, Mr. Wayne Abney.
Yeah, that's a rare deal, bro. He's actually in Marietta, New Orleans. He's actually in Louisiana.
So he's not living in Arlington anymore? That side?
No, he hadn't been in Arlington for a little bit of a time. So this is a very rare performance. You know, I know Wayne Abney. You know Wayne Abney. Yeah, we've known him from way back in the Hammerwich.
Damn, man. I mean, Wayne is a legend in himself.
So he responds to my Facebook messages, and he told me, yeah, they're not going to be doing any shows anytime soon. This is just this one show is something he can put together.
And then
so very rare performance.
You know, those guys, if that's Mr. Perry's band with and I've seen him a couple times, and if you like Judas Priest, this is your band, because they nail it. I mean, Todd just nails it. He came out from behind the drums. He was in Creeper, so there's a lot of slutting going on around there. Past the ammunition, you got Blair and his crew bringing it up, and then Low Gear, they're killer as well.
Saturday, June 1st, prepare to go on an odyssey of metal. 5 of Dallas-Fort Worth's best hard and heavy bands, featuring Creeper, Low Gear, Iron Jaw, Life of Scars, and Past the Ammunition. Saturday, June 1st at the Studio in Deep Ellum, 2727 Canton Street, Dallas, Texas. Saturday, June 1st, the Odyssey of Metal.
How about that dude on the vocals doing that commercial there? He sounds like Wolfman Jack. The Odyssey of Metal.
Sounds like he used to work at LeBaire.
One of our buddies. All right. Well, anyway, that's a good video that Rick Perry provided for me from Iron Jaw. So any bands want to provide a quick little video to promote your shows, MP4, we'll get it out there for you. Check out who's hanging upside down.
Mark Real Bullet.
Anybody know who he is?
No. A guy upside down.
Yeah, he's from Dallas. He's from Dallas, but he's actually huge. He's like a YouTube sensation, if you will. He mixes live. Everybody's probably seen him. You just don't recognize him upside down. But he mixes live. He basically will make a beat out of a couple of things, throw in some harmonics and a couple of vocal things. And then he'll sit there and sing a jamming song that gets everybody up dancing, you know.
I'm pretty sure even if he was upright, I wouldn't recognize him.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, better than that anyway. Next door, look here, we got Power Trip.
Power Trip.
Kicking that door in.
A lot of controversy around that little thing.
Oh, tell me more. Give me the tea.
I'm sure Jarvis knows a little about it. I think just with Riley being gone, I think there's, you know, as with any band that loses.
It's almost like the Pantera thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, everybody has their opinions.
The respect or disrespect, you know, and everybody has a correct position, you know, I mean, has a reason, I guess, to hold that position. But at the end of the day, it's all about the good music.
Yes.
Delivering the
Bringing
goods.
it back. I mean, you know, there's other people in that band. I mean, so is it fair? I mean, they need to make money too, and Power Trip was on a trajectory when that shit happened. So
they were on Power Trip.
You know, and they're from Dallas, you know. Who knew?
Okay, and so, you know, what is the name of the band now? It's Fugitive.
Yeah, what's his name's new thing? I've heard a little about it.
And so are they performing as Power Trip, it looks like?
I think that's where maybe some of the controversy's coming in.
That'd be a lot of controversy because of, you know, everything going on. So that's very interesting. All right, well, stay tuned to blow your brains out. Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., we will bring you the update and the full story.
And the tea.
There's that Granada show.
Woohoo!
Shout out to Brett.
He was just at my house before I got on.
Bang Bang. Bam Bam. How about this? Everybody looking for another avenue to get out and play shows, contact Elmo Jones Productions for your shows at Red Rock Saloon this weekend, Saturday, May 25th, ASCA. I still have a special guest on this, so
I don't know if he's updated it yet.
Allegiance is also playing that show, from what I understand.
Okay, yeah.
Symphonic metal.
Well, I haven't talked to him, but everybody, it looks like Elmo Jones Productions is probably booking weekly or close to weekly shows up here if you want to get your band a show in Denison, Texas. There's another show there.
Take advantage of whatever avenue is open up to you, okay? Whether you're going down south and performing for the folks at Scriptorium, or you're going up north and performing for the folks for Elmo Jones, just remember, it's you're out there selling yourself. So just be the best horse that I know that you can be.
Yeah, and don't wait for, the man or, the syndicate to come along and, dole out the goods for you. Take things into your own hands and actually find the venue in Houston that fits your band's style. Find the venue in Austin. Find a venue like this in Denison or further up in Oklahoma, even if it's Oklahoma City or Tulsa or Ardmore, Oklahoma. Three Frogs is right there.
And please be inspired by our friend Alex tonight. This can be taken away from you, okay? So please take advantage of it at every chance that you can, because trust me, freedom of speech is only free for as long as you want it to be.
True. All right, so with that, another show at Red Rock Saloon, Elmo Jones Productions with Dormant Hearts. Dormant Hearts, Born and Raised again, Asswater Jones and the Hemorrhoids. Mission 5, all happening May 29th.
Gosh, the names are hysterical.
Hey, that's as good as Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations, which is an active band in Fort Worth. Friend of mine plays check them out. They're crazy.
Itchy Richie and the Burning.
There's also I've also mentioned this before. There was a fantastic death metal band out of Oklahoma called Maggot Filled Asshole. So if you ever get a chance, check them out.
I mean, that's unique.
How do you know? How could you read their name?
But back in the mid 2000s, people actually cared about reading their logos. So it's a different time, crazy time.
Nobody wants to get sued.
And with our game, Name That Death Metal Band, we've gotten better about, reading their logos.
I feel like I'm getting a good eye for it.
Fetus, fajitas.
Yeah, the more whiskey you drink, the more legible some of these logos become.
Question, but not wrong.
It's getting sick in here now.
Sick and I'm tired.
So here's another show up at the Saloon in Denison, Creeper. Everybody stay tuned for that show. Details coming soon. Now over to Eddie Lee and the amazing Black Sabbath tribute band Iron Maiden, Saturday, June the 8th at Hell's Half Acre. That's a new venue. That's a new venue. And since I met Eddie online here doing this a few months ago, and he told me a couple of months ago about this Hell's Half Acre. And now look, he's got a show he's doing there. This guy is like relentless. Like
they played at an arcade in Haltom City last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Electric Arcade.
Who knew? I'll be calling.
All right. So Trooper with Iron Maiden. Yeah, every band should. That's how it works. And then Friday, July 19th, Haltom Theater, another Iron Maiden show.
With Pulse, Black Horse, and Sativa Kid.
And then finally, Saturday, August 10th, an evening, a Drunken Slug Fest, which is another one of Eddie Lee's cover bands. It's named Drunken Slug Fest. Featuring all these local, mostly tribute bands, but not all of them. Vane is on this show. Against All Odds is on this show. So this is a true heavy metal festival.
Yeah, we're doing guest appearances. So
Yes,
we'll be
we
playing
are.
with them.
Oh, that's right. Doing guest appearances along with
yes,
Iron Main.
Yeah, yes. So yes,
Who's got War Pigs?
We're still doing that, working out the details for that. Yeah, to be
Yeah,
determined.
who's got War Pigs? I need to get on the double here.
There you go. I think you got to talk to Eddie about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so gonna be a big ass festival. Put that in your calendar. And I guess before we move along completely, I should go back.
Doesn't hurt.
Where is it? To this show here, June 22nd, Coilback Proceed, Iron Main, Gibson Cemetery, Raid, and Here for Now.
Love me some Proceed.
Perceived on there. All right, we talked about this show, but let's talk about it again. We got Vane, Drowning Pool, Warhog.
If you haven't heard Mad Mexicans, you need to go check these guys out. It's probably the only show they do this year. They've been in the DFW area for 20 years now, 21 years.
Yep.
Always they deliver the show that just is just fucking energy. You want to dance, and I don't dance, but I'll dance their music. That's how good their shit is, It's just good music, just good fucking music. Got that Tejano vibe with a little, I don't know, Rage Against the Machine vibe thrown in for fun, and maybe a little 311. I don't know, but it's just really good stuff. I love their stuff. I can't wait to share the stage with them too. Also, of course, Drowning Pool, I don't think we need to talk about, but then Warhog, which I love those guys, and I can't wait to hear Airworm, and of course Sanction. So all good, everything. I'm honored to be part of this. I really, really am. I can't believe I'm part of it actually. But it's gonna be awesome.
F doesn't dance, he only rock and rolls.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do some moshing on occasion, but I try not to hurt people. It happens.
So this is kind of an all-day festival. It's going to start out in Carrollton and then carry on over here to Deep Ellum, Dallas. So an all-day fest.
We have some acoustic sets going on there in Carrollton with 3 bands or 3 different artists. And then, then you get like a 3-hour break, and then you bring it Deep Ellum and you let it go.
Including the Intemperate Sons, which we've interviewed. So you can go back and listen to that interview.
Beautiful.
All right, a Growl Division show. Hey, this should have been back with the other Division Brewery shows.
Red Admiral, Stalemate, and the Fault Lines, June 1st.
Thank you, Ariel.
What is this one? Let me open this a little bit bigger. Okay, this one is this weekend. We have
the Growl Record Show this weekend. Make your flyer bigger. Yeah. Okay, here's this one. I knew I had this.
Rotten Candy.
I have seen an updated flyer to this where it says Rotten Cotton Candy, by the way.
Okay, so they accidentally cut it out?
Yeah.
Whoever did the flyer.
It's my guess. It just got left out.
So it's going to be the full band, not just Rotten Candy.
That's correct. Right. And for the record, Rotten Cotton Candy is opening our Blow Your Brains Out show on August the 31st.
I know. I'm excited.
The full band, all of them. Rotten, Cotton, and
Candy.
And Candy. Oh.
Candy-O.
All right. Daughters of Evil, Rebomb, and I think Earworm. There you go. May 24th.
Going to be a big show. All right, here's our Name That Death Metal band new flyer.
Oh, this one's not so bad.
Electric Vengeance.
Yeah. Okay. Skull Crusher. Silver Tongue Devil.
Burning Dogma.
Corpse Gristle.
Corpse Gristle.
Burning Dogma. Coven
Devil.
Underground.
Silver Tongue Devil.
There you go. That's all at the Haltom Theater, Friday, June the 7th. It's a fundraiser, apparently, for this Jessica person. Cancer Massacre.
Penis castration.
Okay. So there's 4 more bands for you. No, 3, because we know Tyrannical Deception. Corpse something.
Something. CB. Is that even a word? Kabash?
Cancer Massacre. Yeah. Oh wait,
It's gonna be a killer show. Cancer Massacre. Another Haltom Theater show, June the 22nd.
Exit wounds. Deceive, devise,
divisive.
Something. Okay. Haltom, 622. Edge of Insanity, Island Fire. Okay.
It's a Reno show.
Reno's Edge of Insanity. Hand over fist. Grand Delusion. What?
So that's cool to see our buddies Hand Over Fist playing Reno's.
Spider World, June 21st.
Oh, yeah. I hope the folks at Edge of Insanity find a decent drummer eventually. You'll get there. I believe in that.
I wish they would too, because apparently it's kind of becoming a little bit, or it's already became a little bit of a thing, if you will. And I would love more than anything to just get that shit out in the open and get it over with, so we can all get past it as a community of music lovers in Dallas-Fort Worth.
House of Blues with Love
But
Cigarette.
respect first and foremost to Dave and your property.
House of
Well,
Blues.
thanks,
We're gonna
Ricky.
Love
I
Cigarette.
appreciate that.
Word.
Yeah, it's Lovesick Drug mainly.
Much love to Lou and Billy and all the folks at Lovesick Drug. They always put on a great show.
Tesla might also.
We'll see.
I've heard good things. I hear they make amazing cars.
Indeed.
Wrong one.
Batteries suck, but
All right. Wednesday, May 22nd, which is today. The show's going on. Hopefully you're not missing it.
Oh, they totally missed it.
Totally missed it. Totally. Oh, yeah. This is happening in my town, Forney. So if anybody wants to drive an hour and a half, this is come see live music, local art, and food trucks. Do it. This is the first one. The guy, I know the guy that's doing this little festival thing for Forney, and he books us for Forney gigs, my band. And he's trying to get local music to come back to Forney and other artists. So he's a big music lover.
Is this just at his ranch, Mustang Creek?
No, Mustang Creek is just the little place here in Forney.
So that's a city-owned. Forney owns Mustang Creek.
It's like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a little shopping area, but you know how like it's like a, you have residential areas that are named.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a shopping district.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Gotcha. Like downtown historic, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
All right. Cool deal. Mustang Creek. Everybody get out to Forney.
Come see me. I need
Roar
people.
at Tulips.
Contortion.
Couple of metal shows at Tulips in Fort Worth, everybody. That's another venue there. So I don't know about, where is it? Not this one.
Oh, I think
this one, Hell's Half Acre. I don't know about Hell's Half Acre. They might be excited because they have tribute bands. I don't know if they're booking original metal or not, but Tulips is booking original metal. So
Ooh,
that is the Deep Ellum Indie Showcase.
Yep, this one has our peeps from the Intemperate Sons, and I played with Beyond Destiny before. They were really good. Monte Rosa, Dead Mountain Talk, Adair's Saloon.
All of that for just $10.
$10 hairs. Bring $10 hairs, exactly, and no more, no less.
Here, right there. All right. Well, this is what everyone's been waiting for to kick off the event that is the next Blow Your Brains Out free show at Diamond Gems on June the 22nd with Coilback, Perceived, Raid, Iron Man. Hang around. We'll play some Raid after this. But right now, this is the debut of the brand new, newly recorded Here for Now. One of my favorite songs, Forwards. right, there you go. Brand new Here for Now. I have one more song. I'll play it in a little bit, but first going to play some Raid and some Against All Odds. I want to say thank you to Scriptorium Magazine for being here tonight. Thank you, Hef, for being here tonight. Thank you, of course, to my host, David motherfucking Jarvis.
Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, everybody that was on the panel. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much, brother. You
love you guys.
Are doing, Alex, you're doing for South Texas what we feel we are doing for North Texas.
Nice.
So we are brothers of different mothers, but we are most definitely related.
Same love of good music, good times.
fucking A. Ricky, I love you. You know that? I can't see you, but I love you. Ariel, I can't see you because you signed off. How dare you? But I love you as well. Thank you very much, everybody. Blow your brains out every Wednesday night. We are here to entertain you. Let us know what we can do to entertain you more. Next week, we have some very fucking special guests, but we're not going to spoil it for you. So you're just going to have to stay tuned. Love and go Mavs.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold a grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all control and I'm never enough. When gravity hits and all that remains are the stories untold and the secrets we take to our grave. 'Cause 6 feet below, with nowhere to go, the light becomes dark and dark is the light, so I'm told.
Are you feeling
I'm
it?
feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare
Hell yeah, some Raid right there. Raid being featured June 22nd at the free show Blow Your Brains Out, June 22nd at Diamond Gems. That's Raid. So you're going to hear a lot of Raid music here at Blow Your Brains Out in the next few weeks. And then also to kind of fill out the show, how about 2 more songs by 2 beautiful people? This is brand new, Here for Now. You're also going to be able to catch them at this June 22nd show. Brand new song, first time ever heard. It's called Lighthouse.
You were my lighthouse, but you led me astray. Following your brightness and gave myself away. And now the ship has sailed into your shore, only to find you're not there anymore. The sea holds nothing for me. I want the waves to end. Who knew that where you would lead is where I've already been? And I thought I escaped it, what I saw in you, but it filtered back every time. And I thought I erased it, all the things that you do, but I just loved how you crossed the line. You were my lighthouse, but you led me astray. Following your brightness and gave myself away. And now the ship has sailed into your shore, only to find you're not there anymore. I knew the day you would leave is when I'd start to mend. But now as you look at me, I begin to drown in your sins. And I thought I erased it, the blood that you drew. But when did your sins become mine? And I thought I could face it, you aren't who I knew. But every lie was by design. You were my lighthouse, but you led me astray. Following your brightness and gave myself away. And now the ship has sailed into your shore, only to find you're not there anymore.
All right. I didn't want to interrupt it. It's a beautiful song called Lighthouse, brand new from Here for Now. Very excited, very anxious, actually, to see what happens with this band. This song featuring a little more of the Paramore side of the band. And I'm not a, I don't have all the insight into new music and bands like Paramore, but I can kind of hear some of that there. And the other song, if you go back and listen to, it's called Forwards. I really like that song a lot. And there's one more, and I'll tell you what, we'll play that next week. I'm going to hang on to it. So everybody has to tune in next week to hear the third Here for Now song that we have recorded. And just as a special treat, I decided to go ahead and play something nice for everybody here. If you give me just 1 second, we'll get right on to this. This is a beautiful song featured by X610 Chill featuring Rick E. Warden. The song is called Truly Free.
Elusive. Funny how it seems the chase is better than the catch. I had her in my grasp, set her free to see if she would come back to me. Love, come back to me. Love, come back to me. In the night we hear the cries, with the new day love draws nigh. Free, truly free. Songbird sings, cherry, cherry, melody playing my heartstrings. Lord, come back to me. Free, truly free. Love, come back, oh, won't you come back? Love, come back to me. Yeah. Free, truly free. Come on back to me. Yeah. Free, truly free. Come
Thank you for being here tonight to blow your brains out every Wednesday, 8 p.m. and listening to all this banging music. We've had everything from Raid to songs by two of Dallas-Fort Worth loveliest women of music. That would be Shade of Here For Now and Ariel of Against All Odds, and host here at Blow Your Brains Out. Well, I just have to play one more song, and I think you're absolutely going to agree because we appreciate the support so much, and I know everybody loves to bang head on some Vane. Thank you very much, Hef of Vane, for giving us your time all the time. But again, tonight, delivering the goods by Vane. Catch them at VermaFest on June the 15th. And before that was Ariel's band, Against All Odds. Let me see if I can get to that fast enough. There it is. At Reno's, July 6th, 2004. The song we played is called Savior from Hell. All right, and if you were ever wondering what this little song is that it has become customary for me to close with, this little ditty is another X610 Chill. Everybody show some love for Dave Jarvis and X610 Chill. Head on over to that YouTube channel now and enjoy the rest of your evening because it's alive with X610 Chill. And this little number is called Still On Here. Good night, folks. Every week, blow your brains